Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. I have a very interesting reading for you today. I am only using the major arcana. I'm using the Inner Journey Tarot by Heather Hopes. She has a lot of cards on Etsy. She's on Etsy, so I'll hold that there. If you're interested in these cards, just Heather Hopes, Hoeps, if you want to Google her on Etsy. She has a lot of really beautiful cards. I have another deck of hers that I use quite often, an oracle card. But I want to just use these major arcanas because I'm going to ask, what is major coming up for the royal family? What's the next major thing coming up for the royal family? What can we expect? What's the next major thing? So major arcanas in a reading are more difficult things to move, whereas the minor arcana could be things that are temporary, fleeting, but the major arcana are more ingrained, more archetype, more part perhaps of your personality. Like, for example, the devil, that you have an addiction, that's harder to move than perhaps the two of wands, making a goal and setting it and whatnot, or planning, right? So let's see, or coming up with a creative idea, Ace of Wands versus the Death card, right? Transition. So let's see, I'm using major arcanas only. What's the next thing that's coming up for the royal family? What's the big next thing that I guess perhaps you could say destiny or fate has in store for them? I can't wait for you to see these cards. I can't believe I've had them for a while and I play with them myself, but I'm surprised I haven't used them here on the channel. Okay, let's see. Manifestation. Wow. So this is the Magician. So manifestation. I wonder. Now you can use this by keyword or symbolic. I wonder if one of them are going to be in Egypt soon, for something going on there. But maybe they're working right now on manifestation on, they're planning for the next year or whatnot. It almost seems to me like the royals, their year starts after Balmoral. It's like they all go there and that's the end of their working year. And they kind of are rested, and then their year starts in the autumn of their court circular and whatnot. So I'm wondering if they're working on how much more they can hand out, perhaps a hand here. I think they're working on their plans on what they want to do for the next year. Creativity, wow. Pregnant with possibilities. This is the Empress, and they're working on some kind of plans. When you have the Magician and the Empress together, maybe somebody's going to announce a pregnancy. We might see something about a pregnancy. We might see something more about children. I think they're manifesting something to harvest. Maybe they're going to get more into the earth kind of things. Like, I know King Charles loves his organic farming, that kind of thing. That would be the creativity part. This is the Venus, so that's that has the harvest. That's the wheat, and I think they're looking at how can we. They may be looking at something to change in the royal family. Maybe that's what they're planning. So you think this is ancient and this is new. So maybe they're looking at how can we change how we do things. That maybe perhaps because there's been so little of them being able to work, maybe they're looking at bringing in more people. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking Beatrice. Wow. The world, higher calling. I think they are looking at closing down some things and starting other things. Higher calling here. I think so. You think this crowd is looking up. The world card is the Saturn card, so that's why Saturn is in here. I think they're looking at maybe closing some things and opening some things. So shutting down some things they used to do and start to create of some new things. And I'm thinking this higher calling is this crowd is looking up at the new things that they are doing. Oh wow. Uh-oh. This is the Emperor in reverse. Also says leadership. Are they going to come out with more feminine things, more arts, more? Why are these roses? I'm just looking at that's why I'm thinking, now masculine and feminine doesn't mean that the women are ruling. It's just the feminine, the divine feminine is the arts and cooperation and growth, pregnant with possibility, creativity, that kind of thing. Whereas the masculine energy, interesting, we have them both here. The divine masculine, the masculine is like the leadership and more. I can't think right now, but you know what I mean? It's not, one isn't better than the other. They're just, you need the balance. You need both to provide something new. And I think that they maybe some of the masculine part of the royal family, like maybe like the army part, for example, because this is the Aries card and Mars rules Aries. So maybe they're going to back off with their connection to the military as much. Of course, they're going to have the King's Guard and trooping and whatnot. Those are classic. But I'm thinking that they might be bringing in more of the arts, more of, well, you look at Prince William is doing more with Earthshot, and that's all earth. That's more of the feminine energy versus getting in, dipping their toe into politics and international negotiations or relations. I mean, they don't negotiate, so there might be some of that. I think they might be looking at creating more at home. The feminine energy is more at home, whereas the masculine energy is more out in the world. And I'm wondering if they're going to look at what's possibly going on right now in the UK and thinking we need to concentrate more on home than out in the world. Illumination, the sun. I think so. I think, I think some of these, this is, I think we're going to see some kind of new beginning, some kind of creative new beginning, some kind of, also, I know probably some of you are looking at this, the Emperor in reverse, and then the sun takes charge. So I think before Charles goes, I think he's going to try and bring in, you have to remember, he loves his painting. He's very artsy. He's very spiritual. He loves his organic farming. I think we might see some of him. He pushes more his pet projects forward than he does doing international things. And that could also have a lot to do with how he's feeling. I think we are, though, seeing because we're asking the cards, what are the next big things for the royal family? The next big thing is Charles handing the reins to the son. And there we go, the old to the new, right? So here we have the magician, the old to the new. So the old ways of doing things. I'm almost getting a feeling of the end of the Elizabethan era, even with Charles. I think that's the end of that. And I think we're going to see, with William coming in, a whole new, different way of looking at things. And it might be because of Catherine. Catherine's going to be the next empress. And so it might be under Catherine's direction as well. And especially with the universe or the world card here's endings, I'm thinking the next big thing for the royal family is a big ending and a new beginning. I think we're going to see the royal family in a completely different light. I'm not saying that they're going to modernize per se. I think a lot of and you have to remember that um, that William, being a Cancerian, is more sensitive like his father. I'm wondering if we're going to see. Yeah, let's just keep reading. Ooh, the Tower in reverse on the Empress. Yeah, I'm really sticking with. I think we're going to see the end of the Elizabethan era. I really do. With the passing of Charles, I think we're going to see a completely new royal family. Inspiration in reverse. I think we're going to see. This is the star. Sorry, this is the star card. I think we're going to see a complete. Like, what could be opposite though? What would William bring in that's opposite of what his dad is doing? Maybe we'll just see some old things ending, like, maybe reducing the payroll of the royal family, for example. It won't be a very good adjustment. I'm telling you that. Changing cycles. This is on the Emperor in reverse. I think we've kind of nailed it. It's not going to be easy. I think people are going to, it's. I also hear the star card is my Diana card, as I have explained numerous times. I'm wondering if Diana will finally be put to rest with her son on the throne, and everything that had to do with Charles and Camilla are also put to rest. And it's like people are like, well, finally Diana's on the throne, or finally leave her alone. And he might even, because it's on the world card here, and he might even say, as king, you're not allowed to talk about my mom anymore, or some such thing, right? I think there's going to be something here. I think the changeover isn't going to be as easy as we think. We might even see an abdication, because there's a problem here with the changeover. So maybe, Charles gets to the point, his health, or co-regency, but there's something difficult about this changeover. Wow, strength. Says maturity, strength in reverse. Yeah, he's going to change a lot with the monarchy. He's absolutely going to change a lot. Surrender, the hanged man. Upright. People are going to have to see the monarchy from a different point of view. End of story. End of story. I think we're going to see it topple. I don't know what he's going to do. Introspection. That's the hermit. That's Harry the Hermie. Upright. Either he's going to freeze Harry out completely, or he's going to want to do this on his own with this hermit here, or Harry's going to be a big part of it. That might be the topple, right? Wow. The lovers in reverse. I think there are some things that he won't have a choice over. Empowerment. Well, there's the Chariot in reverse. And he's the Gemini Cancer cusp. Shadow self. There's the devil in reverse. Transformation. There's death upright. I'm glad death is upright. Self-reflection, the moon in reverse. And integration, temperance in reverse. I think he's going to want to change things way too fast. I think he's going, I don't think the public are going to really enjoy what he's changing really fast with this transformation. I think he's going to want to change it way too quickly for people's liking of it. And I think it's going to create a little bit of a kerfuffle. This is definitely to do, this almost looks like William's eyes, Have a look. Almost looks like, his mom and William. I think he's going to want to transform it way too quickly. I think he's already got his eye on a few things and he's just almost waiting till it's his chance. And there's a few things I think, Charles talked about reducing the monarchy. I think William might do the same. Either he's going to increase the monarchy all over again, but that's going back to old ways. I think he's going to say there's just one royal family, and that's myself, my wife, and my children. And, and also kind of reduce their how they are out in the world and everything. And that might have to do with security. That might have to do with threats from Harry, but I'm getting that he is going to try and do it all by himself. It's like there's one royal family and we're the only ones who get paid. And as people, die off, they are, those books are closed. Yeah, it's going to take people a minute to get used to. That's for sure. That's for sure. With this integration, the temperance card in reverse, people are going to be like, what the hell are you doing? The fight might even come from within the royal family itself saying, what? This is not how we did it for 1,000 years. And he's going to say, I don't care. I don't care. We need to let go of our old ways and modernize, transform, modernize. We need to let go of the old, bring in the new, transform, and be more of this self-reflection in reverse, be more of a reflection of the modern society, of the people. I'm getting. Interesting, this card here, we started with the Egyptian iconography, and look, there's the Sphinx and the pyramids here as well. This is the moon card, and we end with that. So yeah, that's what's new. That's what's coming for the royal family, but it won't happen until the current king is no longer king. So, I mean, there was even rumors that William would do something with the church as well as the head of the Church of England. And everyone's like, oh, he can't do that. King Henry did. He changed the church completely from the Catholic Church to the Church of England. So it's been done once before. So you can't say they can't do it. But I think it's going to be big, big changes. And it's going to be a completely different monarchy once William takes the reins. And I think Charles will be part of the old way. I think we're going to see we're going to see the line in the sand. Absolutely. We're going to see the line in the sand. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. What do you think? Do you think William's going to shake things up? Do you think William and Catherine are going to be king and queen and rule completely different, bring in their generation's ideas and whatnot? Interesting, we didn't get, this was the only card with a picture of a child on it. Maybe this is Charlotte coming up. Who knows? All right. Thank you very much for watching. I sure appreciate you. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.